the city behind in search of the unknown. Roaring engine like thunder, it is calling you. Oh, let's roll. Unstoppable, unbreakable, a force of nature, you're untamable.
Hi there, it is time to get into the pea harvest. I am over at the shop. I've been to my field already this morning. I've been to the diner and had breakfast this morning. I've already spoken to Robbie. He said my new tractor is ready to take back to the farm, so I will come back and pick that up a little bit later. The guys inside are getting the pea harvester ready for me right now. I have spoken with Ben, and he is ready to come over and help me learn how to use it. He did ask that I not record him on camera. He just doesn't really want to be in these videos, so that's fine. I will do a little, I guess, tutorial with him. And then after he is satisfied that I know how to use it, and I am satisfied that I know how to use it, then he will head out, and I will bring you in and record the harvest. This is going to be mildly annoying logistically, because I have to leave the Piaggio ape here, because I'm going to be driving the pea harvester back to the field. And then I'll have to walk up here and get the McCormick tractor, because I want to use that to take the peas to wherever I'm going to sell them. I still need to look up where to sell them. I really should be used to doing that by now. So I'll need to walk back up here to get the McCormick tractor to bring it back down. I'll get the tedder at the same time. And I got a front end loader on it now. So it's got like a front end loader and pallet forks. So I can move stuff around on the farm, which I'm very excited about. Yeah, that sounds like my morning. And I did yesterday finish fertilizing and cultivating everything. So the spinach field is in good shape now. It has no weeds, and it has had a second application of fertilizer. So when that stuff is ready to harvest, it should be yielding its best. And the other two fields have been fertilized. I cultivated the one that had carrots in, so they're ready to plant. I hope after the pea harvest I want to get in to some sort of seeder and seed some wheat or barley. I still need to decide which thing I want to seed in that field that had the potatoes in it. I'll make that feed for chickens, because I would like to get into some animals soon. And then I decided the field that had the carrots in it, I'm going to plant grass there, and that will be to feed the goats. So 2 of my 4 fields are going to be animal feed. That's fine. It's not a big deal. That is my plan. I have also yesterday, after cultivating, I went out to the sawmill and spoke to Noah. He is an interesting fellow. He has a sister, Melissa, who is heavily into carpentry. Noah seems to be more into like lumberjacking, which I thought it was cutting down trees, but also it's maintaining forests and things and growing them, which I will have to think about in the future, maybe. His sister Melissa is a carpenter, and I think she does mostly like furniture and fine pieces, but she apprenticed with another carpenter who is actually like a contractor who builds residential houses, and went to apprentice for carpentry to do like finish carpentry in the residential houses. She has given me his contact information. His name is Carter, and he may be willing to help me with the building of a house, maybe some sheds, I don't know. So I have left him a voicemail. I'm waiting for him to call me back. I need to make contact with him and see what I need to do to get started to build a house. So much going on. I guess this is what happens when you try to start a farm from scratch from some fields, which I thought I was going to be inheriting a working farm, and now it's not. It's fine. It's fine. This is an opportunity for me. Okay, I'm going to go see if they're ready with that pea harvester yet. I still have to pay them. I'm a little afraid of how much it's going to cost. And then I will see you on the field doing the harvest. Okay, I did actually intend to just get right into the harvesting, but this thing is massive. Holy moly. Look at this. I had to do some sort of walk around. I have no idea, like, this is wild. I've never been next to such a large piece of equipment. It is fully intimidating to know that I am supposed to drive this thing and do something with it. It has crawler tracks. I've never driven anything with crawler tracks. What am I doing? What is that for? I don't know what any of this does. It's so high up. I'm really, really glad that Ben is going to help me figure this out, but I do still have to drive it back to my field, having never driven anything remotely this large before. This is super intimidating. I'm not going to lie. The cab is higher than I am tall. This ladder is taller than me. There's a lot of hydraulic connections in there too. And those are some beefy hydraulic connections. Those are not like the ones on the tractor. This thing is wild. What are these cages for? I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. That's so many gauges. Why are they letting me take this piece of equipment away? I have no idea what I'm doing. It was $30,000 to rent this. It's... Whew, this is... I can't see any way I'm actually going to make this much money back. So I'm just trying really hard to not stress out about it. I'm going to think of it as a learning experience. That's what I'm going to do. Let me get in here. Jeez. Holy moly. I mean, this is a nice cab. Very roomy. There are both more and fewer buttons than I thought there would be, given the size of this thing and the number of gauges I saw outside. I guess the driving it part should be pretty straightforward. There's a steering wheel and pedals. That's all I need to know, right? How do I start this up? Okay. Alright, so I got it started. That's a good sign. I'm sure I'm supposed to know what to do with these screens, and I have no idea. But I guess Ben will show me. Okay, well... My Piaggio looks tiny. Oh, this thing is wild. Can I... Okay. Pedals work. Alright, okay. Braking? Oh, boy, this is gonna be a lot to drive down the road. Oh, it feels so massive. Oh, man. Too fast, too fast! It's so big! Slow down, slow down. This is gonna be a lot. Yeah, why don't you go, cars? I don't want to worry about vehicles behind me. Alright, can I... There's plenty of room to turn out, I guess. Okay, I can do this. It's not far to my field. It's just across the ridge. And then a little bit farther past that. And then I take a left. It's fine. Actually, it's not so bad on the road going in a straight line. That's okay. I can manage that. No, there's a car coming from the other direction. Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. Just stay over to the side. Okay. No drama. I am making this way more dramatic than it needs to be. Can I turn this corner? Sure. Yeah, there's no cars here. That's fine. Here we go. Yay, I did it. Okay. I'm gonna get over into the field, and hopefully Ben is here now and can show me how to do something useful with this thing and maybe make it slightly less scary for me. And, yeah, I'll catch you when I'm actually doing some harvesting. Oh no. I have too many buttons to press, and I'm afraid to take my hands off the wheel to stop the recording. Okay, no problem. I'll just keep recording, and I'll edit it in post. Oh, don't hit the fence, don't hit the fence. Okay. Okay. Everything's fine.
Hey, it's gonna be okay, so don't you worry, we're never too far away. Hey, it's gonna be just fine, we'll get there in no time, 'cause everything's gonna be alright. Let's take a minute here to notice. Step back and put it all in focus. Take a picture, save the words, show the world what you've heard. Take a minute here to notice. Hey, it's gonna be okay, so don't you worry, we're never too far away. Hey, it's gonna be just fine, we'll get there in no time. Everything's gonna be alright. Take a picture, save the words, show the world what you've heard, and put it all in focus. So go ahead and write your story, live your life in all its glory. Hey, it's gonna be okay, so don't you worry, we're never too far away. Hey, it's gonna be just fine, we'll get there in no time. Everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
This is ridiculously cool. This is my first time using a dedicated harvester as opposed to the tow-behind piece of equipment that I've been using on the tractor on the New Holland. I basically spent like 14 hours driving New Holland around various fields. It was very different than this. This is a whole other thing. I am really surprised by how comfortable it is in here. It's already like humid and gross and sticky outside, and the climate control in here is amazing. I was outside the harvester earlier. Ben was sort of showing me what some of the gauges are about and how some of the equipment outside moves and what sort of things to keep an eye out for. It's very loud out there, and here in the cab it's actually pretty quiet. It's just amazing, and I was kind of, very intimidated by all the buttons and things and how do I run any of this. This is a very smart piece of equipment, and once you have a basic understanding of how it works, it's doing a lot of the work for me. I have no doubt that if something goes wrong, I will get myself in trouble trying to figure out how to fix it, but this is a really good piece of equipment. I really like it. It is very expensive, so no chance I can buy anything like this anytime soon. Also, I have been around this field almost 2 full rotations at this point, and I haven't even filled it up once, and it only holds a few thousand liters, So I think there's no chance, not even a little slight chance, that this thing will yield enough to pay for the cost of renting this harvester. So this is going to be a very expensive learning opportunity for me, but I'm establishing relationships with local people, and I am fulfilling what my cousins started for the last time for them. Obviously the spinach is going to be the end of it. So I'm trying not to stress too much about the money. This is a very fun and cool experience.
And now the sun is on the hood, and the wilderness is just, it's all I have to trust. I've been waiting for so long. The kettle waits and won't, or the furnace full of wood. I've been waiting for so long. Axe is at the root, and the worm is underfoot, and the moss is soft and plush. I have been waiting for so long. Won't you carry me across? 'Cause the red fern waits and won't. I have been waiting for so long. Yeah, the host is on the watch to justify the cost, to play and sing and run, to dine and dance and trust.
Okay, well, I'm in my little Massey Ferguson. I've just been dropping off the peas here at the train yard to take it out of town to sell, and I made $47,000 from those peas, which I'm really surprised by, given that the field was completely overtaken with weeds and never had a second application of fertilizer. That's more than I was expecting. It cost me $29,000 to rent the harvester, so I did come out about $18,000 ahead. So that's not as bad as I was afraid of. And it does kind of give me a little bit of hope for the spinach now that I've done the weeding and extra application of fertilizer on that field. Maybe it'll yield well enough to really justify renting the harvester. I'm noticing there's another central cafe right there. I'm near the Axel's tractor shop across from the grain silo warehouse thing. And there's another central cafe. So this has to be a chain. I have been eating at the one up that way because Shay is there. She's one of the waitresses who works there. And honestly, like, my life is kind of not what I expected it to be at the moment. Having a warm person be nice to me every day is kind of exactly what I need right now. I know that makes me sound thirsty, but it's just... there's been a lot going on. I got a phone call back from Carter while I was doing the pea harvesting, and he's gonna head over to... Really? You just almost passed me? I know I'm not going that fast, but jeez. He's gonna head over to the farm, and he's going to do a consult for me about building a house over here, and maybe some sheds. Melissa, Noah's sister, did say he does residential work, so I don't know if he will do sheds, and I probably can't afford him. I really don't have any idea what this is going to look like, but I need to get the ball rolling somewhere, and hopefully he can help me with it. He is maybe the grumpiest person I have ever spoken to, ever, so I don't have high hopes for whatever this interaction looks like. And I might end up over at the cafe at lunch, hoping Shay is still on her shift, just so somebody will be nice to me again after whatever this is going to be, because I don't think it's going to go well. I think I need to get rid of this shed. It's just in the way here. I was thinking more as I was harvesting this field, and this does have the nice gravel drive here down from that entrance, so I kind of think I should make whatever is going to pass for a yard for me over here on this field. And it'll be near this sort of hard-packed gravel road. I can use that up there as the main entrance to the farm. Maybe put in a silo or something there if I take that shed out. I did speak to Ben about having chickens, and I'm going to need a way to store the wheat in order to feed it to them over time. So I'm going to need to get a silo here. So I think I might cut like the edge of this field off. I will consult with Carter, see how much space I need, and try to save lengthwise as much of this field as I can, and then maybe put whatever I need along the edge here. And that way I can sort of back into the trees here if I need to. So he should be here shortly, and we'll do a consult, and then after that I will plow and cultivate this field, see what that looks like after we lay out maybe what the house space is going to need. wasn't really planning to do all that, but I kind of got into the zone and turned around all 3 fields that I've harvested this month. I've got wheat planted in the field up there. I still couldn't decide between wheat and barley, and wheat was sort of the thing that kept coming up first over and over again, so I went with wheat. And I got grass planted in here, so I will harvest this when it gets a little bit... It feels weird to talk about harvesting grass. I'll mow it, collect it, when it gets a little bit grown. I don't know if I'll get a cut off of it before winter. Maybe. And then I can use that to feed goats, and the wheat will be ready next summer, and I can use that to feed chickens. And the field down there, I wasn't really planning to do anything with that until spring, but I did have to rent a seeder to seed these other 2 fields, and I thought I may as well do it all at the same time. So I put canola in the one down there. Don't really know what to do with it. I would love to do peas and spinach again. I don't know actually about the spinach, but I really enjoyed the peas, and I'm looking forward to the spinach. But it's the wrong time of year to plant that, and that equipment is very expensive to rent. So I decided just go with canola. There are both canola and the wheat can be harvested with the same harvester, so I won't need different pieces of equipment. And yeah, I used the New Holland tractor to plow and cultivate that field down there. Something weird, 2 weird things were going on with that New Holland. Let me hop into the Piaggio and we'll just get over there. One, I put like 12 working hours. Yeah, I stored these pallets here. I bought more seed than I needed, and I'm going to need to buy more fertilizer soon, I think. It's really awkward to get anything in here with the front end loader because there's not a lot of room outside of here. There's like trees and stuff to work with the tractor, and I can't actually fit the tractor in here. It's a little bit too tall. I can just get this ape in here, so I don't know. I'm probably going to get rid of this. That building is not practical, but for the moment I'll just store my seed and fertilizer pellets in here. So yeah, the New Holland, I had it for a total of 12.7 working hours. I had to pay a lot of rental fees on that. I did manage to get the tractor in that shed just barely. I'm worried, I don't know, the lights on top are really close to hitting that beam. I'm worried if that beam sags a little more, it's going to take out those lights. So I don't feel good about that shed either. The New Holland was starting to have trouble, like running the plow and the cultivator. It was fine when I got it, but by the time I got to plowing and cultivating this field, it was just struggling to pull it. And this shed is completely useless. I need to take this down. It also kept making weird noises, like there were some weird little sounds and songs and things playing, and so I took it to the shop part when I turned it in to, like, I told Axel at the dealership side of the Axel's tractor dealer about what was happening. He said take it over to the shop and give it to Robbie. Because it was leased, I don't have to pay to fix it or anything. So I gave it in to Robbie, gave him a description of the kind of issues I was having. He went poking around inside the tractor cab and found, apparently, he's got a young daughter who was playing in that tractor when he was setting it up. It was a new tractor, he did all the setup and stuff on it, and had left a little toy inside the cab. It was some kind of game. It kept like randomly going off and making these weird sounds. It was adorable. He didn't know why the New Holland was starting to have power issues, and he pointed out there were some leaks, some oil leaks coming underneath. I don't know if it was a dud or like what happened there. So I really liked the tractor. I couldn't afford it. I'm glad I just got to hand it off and didn't have to deal with whatever repairs it needs. So I have sectioned off a little bit of this field. This field used to go all the way over to the grassy area there, and I've just sort of put some dirt down over the, this was the peas. So like there were sort of like pea leaves and stuff. I sort of like scraped the surface and put some dirt down. I'm going to put up a house over here and maybe a shed or something. This is going to be where I start building out a yard. There is a little road. I think you might have seen it when I came up here. There's a little road that comes onto this field here from down there by the river. And then there's the other gravel road from that entrance over there. So I think this is the end of my farm where I'm going to be doing a lot of the yard stuff. And I didn't have to eat in too much to this field, which is good. So there's a lot of this field still left to be productive. I did meet with Carter, the carpenter, contractor guy, and he is kind of grumpy. Not quite as bad as he seemed on the phone. He is going to help me get set up over here to start building a house. He said I can do a lot of the work myself, which will help me save money. I will still need to pay him for some of the work, or subcontractors that he'll have come in for like electric and plumbing. He's going to help me get set up with a kit that you can build, basically. So it'll be like a list of supplies that I need to bring, and I can do some of the basic like framing. He'll show me how to do some of the big picture stuff, so I can do that myself. But then he'll have to do a lot of finished carpentry. So in order to do that, I'm going to need to be able to process wood. He told me I need to go see the lumber company in town, and they can help me order the right parts that I need. I need to get some equipment set up out here to, basically I'm going to have to cut down some trees and start making them into logs and beams and things. Or logs, planks and beams and things. And, I think I'm going to take down that shed up there. Actually, I think I'm going to hire that out. That's too big for me. I don't think I can demolish that safely. I have no idea what I'm doing. This one over here is small enough that I think I can do that one myself. So I'm going to take those two sheds down also and try to reclaim some of the wood from them, basically, to use in this house and whatever. So that's going to be a plan. For the next few months, I'm going to be working on that. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I really would like to be in a house sooner rather than later. Mrs. Jenkins is nice, but again, like with her son coming back from college and everything, it's going to get complicated. I don't have access to a kitchen. She says I can use the kitchen, but like, it's very clearly her kitchen. I really like to cook and I really like to bake, and I'm sick of eating at the diner and eating like gas station hot dogs for lunch or like sandwiches or whatever random to-go food I pick up there. I need a house. So I'm going to try to make that my priority. I'm also going to set up a greenhouse. I can do it pretty cheaply with some framing and tarps, or I could do something a little fancier with glass. I haven't quite decided yet which way I'm going to go. And that will give me a way to do some farming over the winter. I'll be able to do some produce and things. I think it's going to be pretty slow during the winter on the farm. I will need to fertilize these fields again and maybe weed them. I was going to keep the New Holland and that bigger weeder that I had, but given the New Holland was having power issues and was struggling to pull the plow and the cultivator on this field, I thought I shouldn't risk it. And I can get rid of the rental fees by returning all that equipment, so I did. I will rent a smaller seeder, I guess, or maybe even buy it, actually, and run it on my McCormick tractor when the time comes. So yeah, I don't think the fields are going to need a lot of work. So it's going to be focused on getting some trees processed, starting my house, getting a greenhouse set up. That's what I'm going to be focusing on the next few months. So I'll leave it there, and I'll catch you soon when I start getting into some of those new projects.